Hey everyone, my name is Uduak. I'm a film producer and a director. I think I've always known that I was going to be a storyteller because growing up, I initially wanted to be a petroleum engineer. And being a petroleum engineer just meant I was going to make a lot of money. But sooner or later, I realized that that was not going to be my strength because being a science student was not just my thingy. By the time secondary school was over, I knew, okay, I wanted to do film and stage, or film or stage. And then my next choice, of course, was to study theater arts. I did start out as an actor, jumping from audition to audition, but quickly I realized that my place was behind the camera. Studying theater arts actually gave me that opportunity to study props, set design, film, makeup, costume, acting, dancing, camera, the whole works. And after school, after I graduated, and by the way, I graduated with a double honors in theater and mass communication. So after graduation, I went to film school, of course, studied under Amaka Igwe. She's my biggest mentor, one of my biggest mentors, and she used to say that the best film school any Nigerian filmmaker can go to is Nigerian film sets, because you will learn how to make films like a Nigerian. And that, for me, was a guiding light. It's been a long journey. It's been a long journey, and I'm grateful for that.
You get Male now. Some of us no get. You the go school. How many of us for this school fit go school? How many of us fit read?
Nothing changes here.
Defining moment. Okay, let me say the first feature film I directed. Prior to that, I'd done a couple of short films. The second one was quite interesting because it was very popular. It was a film on domestic violence titled Not Right. I did it with my friend Judith Aldu. After that film, after I made that film, we didn't know the drill we made. We didn't understand that we had made something very unique. Fast forward to 2016, Toronto International Film Festival was spotlighting Lagos in her city to city program that year, and Just Not Married was selected as one of the films to showcase at Toronto International Film Festival 2016. I think that was all the validation I needed that yes, I'm on the right path. It was a defining career moment for me. It just said to me that yes, I was born to do this and I would succeed doing this. And over 20 film festival selections, multiple awards, gave Rotimi Salami his Best Supporting Actor at the EMVCs. You know, it was a career booster for Stan Nze, Asaf, Judith Aldo, myself. In fact, every one of us, Lani Aisida, the scriptwriter, everyone who was a part of that project was the springboard for us. And for me, I think that's what success is. That's what success as a filmmaker is, when one project can open doors to many others. You know, I wish I could start listing all of those challenges. Firstly, it was trying to define myself, trying to find my voice, especially as a director. It took me a while to clearly identify what I would like to say with my films. I tell very human stories. I tell relatable stories. I'm always looking at people around me. I'm always looking into my community to draw inspiration for that. Right now, I know and I consider myself a master at drama. Right. If you want best dramas, please hire me as a director. I've watched the works I've done, and I see that drama is something I excel at easily. I understand the tropes, the intricacies of drama. Now that I've mastered drama, the next thing I'm going into is action. Seeing that the industry is beginning to tilt towards that genre a lot.
I suspect there's going to be an attack in Lagos.
So you think something is wrong with the governor?
Yes.
Starting out, the pressure used to get to me a lot, as it should, as it should. But the older I grew and the more mature I became, I understand that pressure is part of the system. Pressure is part of the work. The work comes with a lot of pressure. So I use that pressure and internalize that pressure, and instead of bursting out or exploding, I rather use that pressure to find solutions. Filming in Nigeria, especially filming in Lagos, is hectic. It's hectic. If you're not running out of time, you're running out of money. If you're not having a location problem, in fact, the problems are limitless.
Sorry, mother, you have a visitor.
I have heard that his attitude towards change might be something of concern.
Mother, I'm afraid. Every night, every day, I fear for my life.
This is a blessing for the royal house.
Not in this world.
We cannot lose our identity.
There must be something we can do. A sacrifice to appease the gods.
Our kingdom has been attacked. An attack? The Masking, we filmed in Criptown, in Calabar. And commuting to the location meant that we had to come by road and commute by boat to Criptown, which was the shortest distance, shortest travel time. The days, when we're shooting these scenes, we have to wrap before 5 because by 6 p.m. the waterway closes. Then when we had our night scenes, we have to be in Criptown before 5, shoot overnight, then 6 a.m., 7 a.m. the next morning, we're back to Calabar. I mean, that is challenging, that was exciting on its own. Or is it filming in Lagos where you have tout, location, area boys constantly choking you and demanding an entitlement fee? Filming outside of Lagos is the best experience ever. Once I'm filming anywhere else other than Lagos, I'm calmer, I'm more at peace. You're not having any struggle. So to answer your question, in a way, I would say filming in Lagos is the most challenging part of this job. Filming in Lagos is the most challenging. Anywhere outside of Lagos is not as challenging as Lagos. Yeah. A lot of things happen in Nollywood that is not global industry standard. It's just peculiar to Nollywood. This thing that you just mentioned of an actor taking credit for directing, whereas there's a director on set, happens only in the Nigerian film industry. I dare say so. It rarely happens elsewhere. Even if it happens very sparsely. It's an ego problem. It's an ego problem. If you want to direct the project, go ahead and direct the project. Don't hire a director. Have the director do the work, and because you're contributing a little here and there, a little here and there, you now take credit for that. No. Go ahead and direct it. You can direct and act. A lot of people do it. Filmmakers have a lot of unlearning and relearning to do. The game is not the same as before, honestly. There's a lot that we have to contend with. We're contending with AI. AI is not a threat, rather we're finding ways to maximize and optimize the AI tool. The world has become such a small global village because of the internet. Audience retention is dropping drastically. So your 2-hour film can become white noise for some people. They're just playing it in the background, their eyes are not fixed on it, So we're now having to relearn how to make content or make films that will keep the audience glued to their seats, eyes on the screen. Hopefully with AI and other things that are available to us, we can begin to push storytelling boundaries. So for me, it's relearning, unlearning, adapting. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm also saying to people who are maybe in the corporate sector, in the business sector, who have an idea, who have a genuine interest in the film business, to please do come in. The Nigerian film industry needs a lot of structure, needs a lot of business structure. And if you're interested, please, our doors are wide open. Our doors are wide open. We need more people behind the cameras. I think we have a lot of talent in front of the camera, but we don't have so many talents behind the camera who who are going to be running the business and running the industry and helping us set the industry up. That's what I'll say. Hi guys, my name is Uduak Patrick and you are watching Nollywood Extra. Keep it locked in.